Imagine owning the most beloved toy brand on the planet. Every child knows your name, and every parent buys your products. It sounds like the perfect scenario for eternal success, doesn't it? But in the year 2003, the Danish giant Lego was living through an absolute nightmare. The company was losing $1 million every single day, and the banks were ready to pull the plug and declare the bankruptcy of a decades-old empire. Welcome to the incredible story of how Lego almost died, and how a radical shift in mindset transformed it into the most powerful brand in the world. The story of Lego began in a tiny carpentry workshop in Denmark, with a man named Ole Kirk Christensen. He was a humble carpenter who lost his job during the Great Depression. To survive, he started making simple wooden toys for the children in his village. He called his company Lego, which comes from the Danish expression leg godt, meaning play well. But fate was cruel to him. His workshop burned down several times, but Ole never gave up. He was one of the first to invest in a plastic molding machine, creating the bricks that we all know today. The initial secret of Lego was the perfect interlocking system. It didn't matter if you had a brick from 1950 or one from today. They always fit together. This consistency created a legion of fans across the globe. However, in the late 90s, Lego made a fatal mistake that almost destroyed everything. They thought plastic bricks were a thing of the past, and that children only wanted video games and complex electronic toys. In a panic, the company began to diversify wildly. They opened expensive theme parks, created jewelry lines for kids, and even Lego-branded clothing. The result was an unprecedented financial disaster. Lego had lost touch with its own essence. They had too many different pieces in production, which made manufacturing incredibly expensive and confusing. They were trying to be everything to everyone, and ended up being nothing to anyone. That was when a new CEO, Jørgen Vignudstorp, took command. He did something no other executive wanted to do. He went back to basics. He sold the theme parks, cut half the pieces from the catalog, and told his team, "We are a construction company. Period." Lego realized that its greatest strength was not competing with technology, but collaborating with it and with pop culture. They began signing historic licensing deals. The first big success was Star Wars. Suddenly, adults wanted to buy Lego too. They transformed the toy into a collector's item and a design piece. Lego stopped being just for kids and became an entertainment system for all ages. Then came the movies. The Lego Movie was a 90-minute commercial that people actually paid to see, and it generated hundreds of millions in sales of new sets. They created global communities of adult fans, known as AFOLs, who build giant sculptures and share their creations on the internet. Lego became the Apple of toys. Its design is iconic. Its quality is unquestionable, and its profit margin is envied by the entire industry. They prove that. In a world dominated by screens and digital technology, the tactile pleasure of building something with your own hands is a universal human need that will never disappear. They turned a simple brick into a gateway to infinite creativity and imagination. Today, Lego produces more than 60 billion pieces every year. They are the world's largest tire manufacturer, if you count the tiny tires on their toy cars. They survived bankruptcy because they had the courage to look at the past to save the future. They realized that innovation doesn't mean changing who you are, but finding new ways to share your essence with the world. Lego doesn't just sell plastic. It sells the infinite capacity to imagine and create entire universes on a living room rug. But the road to success was paved with fire and failure. From the wooden ducks of the 1930s to the robotic kits of today, the company has always stayed true to one mission: the quality of play. They moved from being a local carpenter's dream to a global symbol of ingenuity. Every child who snaps two bricks together is continuing a legacy of resilience. The company's turnaround is now studied in every major business school as the ultimate example of brand survival and strategic focus. And you? Do you still have that bucket of Lego bricks stored in the attic? Or have you already passed the addiction onto your children? Can you imagine the world without these small, colorful pieces that shape the childhood of generations? Subscribe to Global Titans now and hit the notification bell. Because in our next video, we will talk about the secret strategy of the company that owns the most expensive real estate in the world and how they use the scarcity trick to keep prices sky high. Are you ready to see who is truly pulling the strings in the luxury market? The world of high finance and deep secrets is just beginning to unfold. We are Global Titans, and we show you the blueprints of power. Stay tuned for the next revelation. The truth is often hidden in plain sight, but we are here to shine a light on the shadows of the corporate world. See you in the next episode. The empire of the future is being built brick by brick, and we have the master plan.